Here's my state of the program for Baylor women's basketball as the season has ended. First of all, the only players they're going to only lose, potentially, and I know it's at least, by the way. Kim Bickle, she's gone. No more years of eligibility. Jamie Asbury, she's gone. No more years of eligibility. And of course, Kendra Gillespie is in a transfer portal. And remember, she has not played since January 7th. But next year, I do know Asia Blackwell should be back. Because right now, she is not even listed in the WNBA first round or second round anymore. Or for sure, not first round. So, and according to Nikki Collins' press conference, she expects him to be back. Of course, Dre Edwards will get to play. And we know how good she was at Kentucky. It's that stupid coach that didn't sign her waiver. Of course, we got a solid duo in Bella Fallonwoy and Daryl Page Buggs, so that's a good 1-2 punch. Jaden Owens will be back, for sure. That's good. Sarah Andrews, of course. I would assume Jane Van Gambeek should be back as well. Should be. Of course, Cameron Ferrera, Kyle Abraham, Erica Porter, and of course we do add Leticia Vasconcelos. I apologize if I butchered that last name, but you know what I'm saying. That 6'7" post player down low. We just need more depth. I mean, quite frankly, we don't need the injury bug to hit us next year as well. Let's be clear. If Asia Blackwell was healthy, we know this team would be a lot better. We know it would be. Based on the first few games of the year before she got hurt. And she only played 95 minutes all year long. And at Missouri, she was a double-double machine. So, of course, this team does lack one thing. Height. Thank goodness they got Leticia coming in at 6'7". But I would dare to say, and I know Kyle Abraham is 6'3". But they're probably going to add another post player, I would think. They're going to. That's based on the coach's show for however long it's been now. A center with height. And they're going to try to hit the transfer portal with a guard or two. Similar to Asbury, except taller. That way we don't have such a mismatch when we try to switch on defense. And I know it's disappointing not to go to Sweet 16 again. But considering all the circumstances this year, injuries, sickness, depth, of course Kendra Gillespie not playing forever or being on the bench forever and a day, and not only that, we didn't expect Bella Fauntleroy and Darren Page Buggs to play as many minutes as they did this year. And they were playing out of position. Bella would have been a 3 this year if, and same thing goes for Buggs, if Asia Blackwell wasn't hurt. I mean, and no Dre Edwards. So, yeah, that's just a few thoughts right there. And I know that's the only recruit they got. Everything else, they're going to have to get transfers. I would assume they're going to get transfers. I know. It's just, of course, do we lose another player? Besides Kendra Gillespie to the transfer portal. We're going to have to wait and see. And I'll update on that situation as well as the incomers. I just think if we get a little more depth and we could tweak this roster just right, we're going to be a much better basketball team next year. And remember, the 4 newcomers going to the conference, 3 of those have either a first-year coach or second-year coach. Cincinnati was the worst team in the American. and they fired their head coach. They're going to be in restart mode there. I mean, and get adjusted to the competition level. UCF has Satia Mester, the longtime Baylor assistant, and 1 year at LSU, granted, and she was a head coach before Baylor too. I know, but she's at UCF. That's her own second year. BYU has a second year head coach. Houston may be the best one of the bunch, but even then, they were not great. But I do have great news though. Iowa State will take a step backwards. They will. It's a given because they're going to lose Ashley Jones. I know they got 5 incoming players in, including one of them is her sister. But remember the last time they brought a Jones player? She left. But that's besides the point. They're going to lose Maggie Expenmiller and Morgan Kane, which I know they're not like huge losses in terms of production compared to Ashley Jones. But Stephanie Soares, she's possibly gone because WNBA for one, and two, does she get a waiver for 1 more year? And Oklahoma's going to take a step back. They're losing 3 starters, 3 of them. I mean, it's the truth. And Oklahoma State is losing multiple. I know they, for sure, lose some others players for the year. I know they're losing really good players out of 5th year, so that's going to help. Texas only loses Sonia Morris, but she at the very end of the year she was hurt. So they're now a great 3-point shooting team, and I mean, when you think about it, Kansas State should be better, no, because they definitely got Ayoka Lee coming back. I know, but I don't know how much better that's going to be. That's just... I know it's a lazy answer, but it's the truth about them. TCU, they can't go anywhere, but you can't get any worse than they did. You just can't. But they're going to want to deal with a new head coach. West Virginia is losing Madison Smith and possibly some others as well. And they lost their head coach. So, that's... In Kansas, they might lose their 6'6" post player to the WNBA. She's projected to be a first rounder now. She could be on the way out. Texas Tech is probably going to stay where they're at. Maybe get a little bit better. But that's... And a few of those Texas Tech players that were really good this year are 5th years. So they'll be on the way out, which will help. So that's just a rundown of the conference. And I don't know about the incoming, like, who's a 5th year, who's not type of deal. It's too much detail to go over that, but I just know those few things about the Big 12. And this is the first time that the Big 12 has not had a Sweet 16 team in Division I women's basketball since the second year of the conference, and since the 1997 NCAA tournament. I knew that could happen going into the NCAA tournament based on the matchups. Let's be clear. Louisville beat Texas in the regular season, and they beat them handily last night. And we made it further than like I said earlier, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Iowa State. I mean, that's just telling the truth. I mean, it's not like that's far in the tournament compared to us. Though I know we landed in around at 32. And I know some people just wanted Colin to be fired. You're fools, because she's not had a healthy roster or a deep roster in her first 2 years. Either due to injury or due to roster changeover. I mean, last year she only had like 9 players at the very end of the year, which is including a walk on. I mean, it's the truth. And this year, injury bug, sickness, no Dre Edwards. That's what kind of derailed this team, but they still won 20 games for the 23rd straight year. Anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe, and see you guys later. 5 subscribers, we're on the road to it. Let's go.